So, evening, my lovely yogis. Just beginning on your mat, lying down or seated, just checking in with how your body feels. So as you have these first few moments, as we sort of settle, just check in with how you're feeling, where you're holding tightness and tension in the body, whether it's muscular or in the joints, whether what you're feeling is sort of historic or if it's new sensation you're noticing. And just trying to relax. Relax your face. Let that relaxation travel down to the neck and the shoulders. And the front, sides and back of your body. And then down through the legs to the feet. Let all the tension from the day just fall away, melt into the mat. Have a few moments to tune into your breath. Following your inhale, your exhale. How your body moves when you breathe. Noticing the thoughts buzzing around in your head at this moment in time. And whether, as you follow your breath, perhaps the thoughts just fall away as well. And you're in the present moment. Observing Satya, which is truth, and the hymns are non-harm this evening with your practice. And anything that doesn't feel right or starts to feel aggravated, just gently come out of the pose, adapt yourself, or just lie in Shavasana just for a little while until we move on to the next thing. So if you are lying down, just gently have a nice stretch and then bring the knees in. Take a few moments just to rock and roll on your back. And then gently in your own time, you can roll up to seated. We'll have a quiet meditation to start our practice. As always, it's a lovely way to just bring our energies down from the day. So we'll practice mindfulness of breath. This is a lovely one that sort of really just drops your mind down through the layers with the 4 stages. First of all, we'll count the out breath 1 to 10. And then we'll swap and count the in-breath 1 to 10. And then we stop counting altogether. And then that final 4th stage is where we just really start to hone in and tune into how it feels to breathe. So that being mindful of the breath by that point. So it usually takes about 5 minutes, but I'll pop the timer on. And just resting the hands into Dhyana Mudra. Let your eyelids close, get comfortable, make sure you're warm, and then we'll start. So when you're ready, just counting the out breath 1 to 10. No need to rush, you can let the breath be really long. Relaxing your face. Really noticing the end of your breath. After 10, count your in-breath. And after 10 inhale counts, just stop counting. Observing your breath. Let's just take a few more breaths. Notice where your thoughts were. Then we'll come back. Gently blinking your eyes open and noticing how you feel, whether your mind was busy through that practice or whether actually gradually you just sort of sank a little bit further into your own being. So we're going to start with mantis. A bit like Hastabalasana, child's pose, extended with the arms out in front. So it's nice to take the knees wide, toes together, and just resting down. If for this evening's practice you want to just be a little bit more cozy, it's nice to perhaps put a cushion under the belly and it just feels a little bit more supportive. And then we'll just rest the head down. Just be careful of how it feels through the knees here. This is a nice opener through the hips, a gentle one. You'll feel the sensation in the hip flexors, nice stretch for the knees and a stretch over the tops of the ankles. If you don't want the blanket, the cushion there, you don't have to. Try to soften through your shoulders and your upper back. Notice if you're a little bit tense around the shoulders and the upper arms as well. And trying to tune into how your breath feels, whether it's rapid, or you can lengthen the breath. If you want to, you can bring your hands into prayer above your head. Just feel a little bit more of a stretch through your triceps. Just keep an awareness as to how your body feels. If anything is screaming in pain at you, please come out. How does it feel through your upper back? This is a really lovely stretch for the whole length of your spine. Where else can you relax? Let's take a few more breaths. And gently, as we lift our head, do it slowly. The head has been very low, so avoiding any dizziness, bringing the arms back towards the body. Come up, even if you just need to take a breath here, and then coming onto our back. Have a nice moment to relax here. As we stretch our legs out into Shavasana, we can feel that lovely release from the compression in our legs. And you probably can feel the tingly sensation on the tops of the feet. around the ankles, the shins. That's nice for your spleen and stomach channels. Maybe there is a nice coolness around the inner thighs, pelvis. So how do you feel? What do you feel? And where do you feel it? Just take that inquiry within. Often when we take the spine backwards, we're opening through the front of the heart centre. But with that lovely kind of forward fold, we're opening through the back, upper part of our back and the heart chakra. Okay, let's bring these in. Have a few moments just to rock from side to side. Roll in a few circles. And then we're going to come into cat's tail, so a twist. Roll up to seated to start with. If you need to just grab a cushion, bring it up to the head, your head end. So cat's tail, lovely twist here. Start on your right hand side, lying, stacking the legs, and then bring your left knee and leg over in front. Almost like you're coming into a recovery position. And then with your left hand, try to clasp your right foot. So your left foot is in front of you and it's the right foot that you're aiming to hold on to. If you can't grab hold of it, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry, it's not essential for this pose. And then I like to use the cushion just to support the head and the neck. And then when you're ready, you can start to just tilt that left shoulder backwards, opening up into this nice gentle twist. And you can do this as much or as little as your body allows. Holding onto your foot or your cat's tail, try to have a nice loose grasp, nothing too tight. And then as we come into this pose, try to relax both of your buttocks and the lower back. Notice if it feels tight around your right thigh, the quad muscle. Relaxing the sides of your waist. And just drawing your awareness to your breath in the belly. Enjoying how the breath moves, opens up into your left ribs. Try to relax through your neck and head. Notice if you're holding tension here. And just keep rotating your awareness around your body. All the areas I've mentioned, the buttocks, waist and lower back. Relaxing the hand you're gripping your foot with, the palm. The neck and shoulders. And just every now and then, if you want to rotate, tilt back a little further, explore the twist more, you can. Again, just relax everywhere. So lovely for your digestive system if you have issues. Great for keeping you healthy with your immune system. And especially good for the gallbladder meridian. Notice in these last few moments how this pose feels. Just sort of commit it to memory so that when we come into the other side, we can compare any slight differences in the sensation. So we'll just take one more breath. Just gently release your foot if you're holding on to it. Come onto your side again, and then slowly rotate onto your back. Take your time, there's absolutely no rush in yin practice. I find it even more important to go slowly and feel whatever you feel as you move. Let's take a few moments here just to pause. Explore what you're feeling, whether there is still a little bit of tension around the neck, how it feels through your spine. And just letting your back kind of reset. How do you feel? Can you answer that in your mind? How do you feel? So bringing your knees in, right one, left one at a time. And just enjoy how that feels on your back now. So rolling up to seated again, we're going to come to the other side. So starting by lying on your left. Again, make sure you've got a pillow handy. It really does support your head and neck. So this time we bring the right leg over. I like to rest the knee sort of in alignment with the hip. If, as you lie here, it feels a little bit uncomfortable on your thigh and your hip and your left side, always just pop a sort of a soft blanket underneath you for more padding. As comfortable as you can be. Clasping right hand, left foot, only if you can. And then just when you're ready, you can just start to roll that right shoulder back. Have a nice sigh, soften into this pose. It might feel very different this side. You might feel sensation in different places. It might feel easier, it might feel more challenging. And just being open. All twists are lovely for your solar plexus, your centre of self-worth. Perhaps it's quite nice to repeat an affirmation while you lie here. I am worthy of all the good life has to offer. I am worthy of all the good life has to offer. Notice if you want to move a little bit further into the pose, explore the stretch. And just following the breath, how it feels moving through your body. The movement of your shoulder, your chest. Just check in with whether your left leg, the thigh of the leg you're holding, is relaxed. Just let the leg feel heavy. So gently, a few more breaths. Releasing your foot if you're holding. Nice and slowly draw the right shoulder back over and then coming on to your back. Just moving all the parts of your body gently to come into this pose, into neutral spine. Wag your tail if you need to, rock the pelvis a few times, and then just coming to a nice stillness. Have a nice sigh. How does that feel in your body now that you've balanced both sides with the twist? Perhaps there's a lovely sensation in the arms or an openness in the chest. A warmth perhaps in the digestive area. Maybe a different temperature through the inner thighs. Just pausing and tuning in. And let's draw knees in for a little hug. So rolling up to seated. This is when we come into frog pose. If you've got a bolster, I'm going to show you how this can be used to make it a little bit more restorative and gentle. So frog pose, where we take the knees out wide, and they usually remain sort of ideally level with the hips. So we're not too far forward, and we're not coming back like we would with a child's pose. So you're going to feel it more intense. So normal frog pose, we would just sort of come down onto our elbows. This is where you do feel it through the hip flexors. Try and do this on carpet or soft surface, or at least support your knees. So what I'd suggest, if you need to, just roll out a blanket, let the knees rest here. If you've got a bolster, then this is quite nice to rest the body onto. We will not do the whole 5 minutes. It's quite intense. So and try not to let the knees go out to the furthest point. Try and sort of hold the position where you're comfortable. You might find that your knees do slip a little as you stretch. This is why it's really nice to have some padding under the knees, just for a little bit of comfort. You might find your legs sort of slipping a little. That's okay. Try to relax. Surrendering to the pose. It's really quite nice just to let go, let the stretch develop gently. This is lovely for your kidneys and liver. Notice where you're holding tension. Deep breaths. And then we'll just take a few more breaths here. Notice if you get to the point where you actually start to not mind this pose, that you're almost getting used to it. And so we'll gently lift up. So lift your body, push through your hands, lift your body up. I would say rock back, and then gently find yourself into a nice shavasana. So we only did probably about just under 3 minutes in that pose. And each time I do it, I either like it or I hate it. And actually today I didn't mind it at all. That's why it's always good to come back to the poses which sometimes challenge us. So let your whole body relax. Notice how it feels around the knees. A little bit of stimulation there. And as you come to a nice stillness, the inner thighs. Relaxing your whole back and spine. How does it feel around the pelvis, around the groin, around the hips? Perhaps it feels a little bit more spacious in some way. So as those sensations fade now, we'll bring the knees in. Take your time here to rock. And then we'll come up. Caterpillar now. So taking the body forward into a forward fold. If you need a little cushion and sort of padding or a blanket under the knees, then this is always a lovely option. Or you can just have the legs stretched out in front of you. And then in your own time, let's just gently fold forward. Relax your legs. Take the breath to the belly. And explore this stretch that stretches the whole back of our body, all through the backs of the legs, through our spine and muscles in our back, up to the head and neck. Softening through your shoulders. And you can notice where you are in your threshold of your stretch with each pose. Whether you're on the sort of the softer side, or whether you're enjoying kind of pushing into the pose and finding your limit. Ideally, come to about 70% of the stretch. The time that we spend sitting with the pose gives us the opportunity to explore a bit further. So every now and then, just see if there's a little bit more room to move. Relaxing shoulders. How do you feel in your body? Where are your thoughts? Just notice if there's a little bit more room for the stretch to move into. How do you like this pose? Is it feeling good this evening, or awkward, just notice your feelings for it. One more breath. And then gently lifting up, lying down. Just rock your pelvis if you need to. How does that feel? Do you notice the sensation more one side of your body than the other? Where do you feel it? Is it centered in lower back? Backs of the legs? And any feelings of chi? So let's draw the knees in. We're going to come into a pose that takes the spine in the opposite direction. I'll give you a choice, either bench or heart bench, whatever you're feeling like. Heart bench, you'll use 2 blocks, one aligning along the spine and behind the heart, the second just to rest the head. Or if you don't feel like it, you just want to have something a little softer, then we can take the cushion. Just a small sofa cushion is fine. Taking it a couple of inches away from your body allows the thoracic spine to open rather than curving into the lumbar. So if you want to choose the softer version, you don't need blocks at all. You simply have the cushion, rest your head back. If you need a little bit of support for your neck, maybe a rolled towel or a blanket, just so that the neck is comfortable. This is a lovely restful pose. And so that is the softer version. However, if you like heart bench, and sometimes you just need it, we'll rest over the blocks. So we'll lower ourselves down so that the blocks are behind the thoracic spine, sort of around the heart area. The top block is just to rest the back of the head. And as I always do, it just takes a few goes to feel like you've got the block in just the right spot. It's okay to have a little fidget to start with. And then we can relax. Both of these poses are lovely to open up through the heart, activate our throat. Just let your shoulders relax back, stretching through the front of the chest. So a lovely counter pose for caterpillar. And relaxing the lumbar spine. Try to, if you're in heart bench, this pose, just try to relax and lengthen the back of the neck. The chin will just drop downwards. And taking some lovely deep breaths, opening up into the front of your chest. Noticing what you feel in this pose, especially linked with the heart chakra. What emotions surface? And just observing them without judgment. Do you notice that your breath is perhaps longer and deeper? Perhaps a nice affirmation you can repeat in your mind for this particular pose is, I am worthy of unconditional love and acceptance. I am worthy of unconditional love and acceptance. And I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. So one more breath here. Using your body, support yourself as you first lift your head, gaze at your toes, lift your body, and then just popping either the blocks or the cushion away. We'll come straight back down into Shavasana and just feel and observe. How do you feel through your body? Where does it feel good and refreshing? Perhaps if you could still feel tenderness through your spine earlier, has that gone? Is it relieved? If you ever have a hard day where you're hunching over a desk or computer or gardening or whatever it is where the body is folded forward, try and come into a gentle back bend at the end of your day, either lying over a cushion or even coming into heart bench, and it really does sort of almost balance out the tension that you've held in your body all day. So coming into relaxation now, perhaps bring the knees in for a little rock. Feel through your body, however you feel. And then either lying down or seated, whichever position you're drawn to, we'll take a nice little moment for relaxation. Pull over a few blankets, pop on your socks if you need to. Allow yourself this time. A lot of people find it very difficult to give themselves permission to just rest. Not being lazy, it's allowing your body time to rest, to go within, to digest, to assimilate, absorb the day, the practice, how the mind body feels. So I'd like you in these moments of relaxing to think of a few more affirmations in your mind that are very kind and gentle and loving towards yourself. The sort of phrases that you would speak to a loved one, your dearest person, how you would boost them if they were down or low, sad in some way. Just direct these thoughts and phrases inwardly to yourself. I am beautiful. I am caring. I am loyal and devoted. I am well. All is well. So very gently now, and nice and slowly with no rush, just notice your thoughts. Start to just take a few conscious breaths into your body. Nice deep inhale. And a lovely slow long exhale. Enjoying maybe the last few moments of just being very conscious of your body. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes nice and slowly. Maybe rock the head gently from right to left. Shrug the shoulders or roll the shoulders round. Maybe taking arms overhead and enjoying a full body stretch. Flexing and then pointing toes. Bringing these in for a lovely hug when you're ready. And just taking a nice few moments to rock and roll in some circles, feeling the outer edges of your back. Feeling the flow of breath through you still. If you need to bring your head up to your knees just for that lovely extra stretch, that might feel nice. And then whenever you're ready in your own time, you can roll over to the side and come up to seated. And we can bring our hands together into heart center. Just as you have this moment seated, just imagine roots extending from your tailbone down deep into Mother Earth, keeping you grounded and rooted. Om Shanti. Namaste.